Hello and welcome to another video review brought to you by yours truly, Thorazine. Today we're going to be taking a look at some more action figures by way of the Mortal Kombat Classic 3-pack containing Cyrax, Sektor, and Smoke. We're going to start off by taking a look at the packaging. It's pretty basic, 3-figure setup as far as the bubble inside. All 3 figures are a repaint of each other, same as the video game. The packaging itself contains the same basic elements as the single-carded figures with the green border, the Mortal Kombat Classic logo, and the names. As well as a sticker pointing out there that there are over 14 points of articulation on these figures. The back of the package has the simple Mortal Kombat logo. There's no bio for the figures or anything on it, or really anywhere on the packaging for that matter. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get these opened up so that we can take a look at the figures themselves. Alright, now that we've got the actual packaging out of the way, let's take a look at the figures themselves. As you can see, we have Sektor, Cyrax, and Smoke. These are from the Mortal Kombat Classic line. Oh, excuse him. They're from the 4-inch subline, not the 6-inch line, so if you're hitting up your local Toys R Us, don't go looking for the 6-inch figures. I don't think they made one for these guys. Even though they are sold as 4-inch figures, they do scale well with other 3 3/4-inch figures like Marvel Universe and G.I. Joe. You can see they're pretty much the same height. You're not going to notice much difference height-wise. I think actually the Bat might be a little bit taller than they are. Let's throw in the Terminator from Salvation just for giggles. Give you a size reference there. We'll get these out of the way and take a look at the actual figures. I'm going to start off by taking a look at Sektor, since his colors seem to play nicely with my backdrop and lighting, more so than the yellow does on Cyrax. As you can see through the chest, there's plenty, actually through the whole figure, there is plenty of molded detail, but through the chest they took and highlighted a lot of the molded detail with panel lining or black paint there to make it stand out more. See quite a bit of molding in through the arm, if I can get the camera to focus on it there. Through the chest. The face, even on the little slits in the face, they were highlighted with black paint to make them stand out a little bit more. Paint applications are actually pretty decent. There are a few little defects, but that's expected to be in a figure of this size. The only complaint I have about the actual paint is that it has like a matte finish instead of a gloss or semi-gloss. It gives them kind of a homemade feel. Not a deal breaker for me, but I would have, given the choice, I would have liked to have seen something gives a little bit more high quality feel to them. But not bad, you know. I've got 3 figures from a video game I used to play as a kid in my hand, and I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, so the molded detail is rather nice. I'm not going to complain about anything. The paint apps are decent. I do like the little dreadlocks hanging off the back. That was a nice little touch. And with that being said, let's take a look at the actual articulation in these figures. I was actually pretty surprised with the articulation on these. I wasn't expecting something that actually competed with the G.I. Joes or Marvel Universe figures as far as articulation, but these guys are pretty close. You'll notice the ankles are hinged, allowing you to bend the foot for kick stances, as well as with a swivel point, which gives 360-degree rotation at the ankle. The knee is single hinged, which allows for roughly 90 degrees of motion there in the knee, as well as a swivel point there at the knee. I don't know what kick in the world would need you to rotate your leg 360 degrees at the knee, but it is possible with this figure. The hips are ball jointed. It allows for 90 degrees of lateral motion, about the same forward and backwards. Well, maybe not backwards. I guess the butt gets in the way. But you get 90 degrees forward, 90 degrees to the side, as well as the ability to spin them. Not too shabby. Nothing in the waist. Mid-torso, you've got that same rocking point that a lot of the G.I. Joes and Marvel Universe figures have, which allows you to bring the figure forward and backwards, as well as rotate it all the way around. The wrists are attached with the typical peg and hole assembly, which allows for 360-degree rotation there at the hand. The elbow is single hinged, which provides about 90 degrees of motion there, as well as a swivel point in the elbow. Shoulder has that ball hinge joint that a lot of the Hasbro stuff has on it, and even though these are made by Jazzware, it does have a very Hasbro feel to it. You're going to get about 90 degrees there in the shoulder, as well as full 360 degrees there in rotation. The head's attached with the ball joint, which allows you to, let's get this in focus on the camera, kind of move the head from side to side for more expressive posing. Also up and down a little bit. And of course you get the typical 360 degree rotation there at the neck, so you can turn the head from side to side. Articulation is rather surprising on these figures. I'm very happy with the articulation on them. Like I said, my only qualm about them so far is that the paint apps have like a matte finish to them, and it gives them kind of a homemade feel, like you painted them yourself out of a kit or kit bashed them. Not bad at all though, figure wise. They scale well with other 3 3/4 inch figures, which is kind of my action figure size point that I collect. I like everything to scale well with the G.I. Joes and stuff like that. And for instance, Cyrax versus a Bat would be an awesome matchup, and given that they're in scale with each other, it is something you can do. I don't have stands on these figures, so it's kind of hard to do here in front of the camera. I'll try to get some stills of the figures interacting with each other, or you could do Sektor and Deadpool. Get kind of the ninja thing going on, cross continuity. And if you've ever wanted to see Grok and Smoke throw down, that's always a possibility. Hulk smash! Alright, all joking aside, very happy with these figures. $20 for the 3-pack. Very happy with that. That works out to be between $6 and $7 per figure. And when retail on these figures is normally $9.99 to $12.99 depending on what store you go to, that's not a bad deal at all. Even though they're all 3 repaints, they're great for troop building. Each is an individual character from the video game too, so you get all 3 characters. All in all, a great buy. Very happy with them, and I would definitely recommend them to anybody who is interested in them. This has been another video review brought to you by Thorazine. Thanks for watching, and tune in again when we'll be taking a look at some more toys